All right, here we go. And welcome back to Sunday Ain't Enough. We're glad that you came back and, tuned in with us. We love you.
Much appreciated.
We love all of you. So today's topic, not going to tell you what it is because I'm trying to build the anticipation.
I mean, I'll go ahead and jump into it. I'm looking down at my phone because it's crazy what we were talking about yesterday ended up being the verse of the day in the Bible app today.
What you got?
So let me pull it back up. Okay, verse of the day. Matthew 5:16. In the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all to see, so that everyone will praise your heavenly Father. Because what we're going to talk about today is, boom, big shout out to the president of Random Acts of Kindness, Dr. Keisha. She created a whole calendar. And me, Darian Freeman, I'm the mayor of Rack City, Random Acts of Kindness City.
I'll be seeing you on Instagram, bro.
And yeah, so it's really like letting the good deeds that you do, you don't have to be super preachy, but letting that shine so that way people give praise.
So let it shine. Like what does that mean to you? Let your good deeds shine.
I mean, when I think about shine, like first thing that kind of comes to my mind is lights or the sun. And so it kind of puts spotlight on, it illuminates, it allows people to see it it's more easily visible. So that's kind of what I think, when the scripture says, let your light so shine so that the world may see, it allows them to see and hopefully inspires them to want to do good and let their light shine for others to see.
Yeah, so is it like me, myself, I'm making it shine, or is it that I'm allowing it to shine?
Ooh, I think it's the allow version.
Version?
Let me go read the entire thing now. We're going to go back. We're going to go back. So that was 16. We're going back to 14 now. 14 says, you are, period, not period. There's not really a period here. But you are the light of the world. So you already are that, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp, then puts it under a basket. Instead, a lamp is placed on a stand where it gives light to everyone in the house, and then boom, we're back at 16 again. So you already are that light.
So I think what I even take from the scripture is they were like, nobody lights a candle or lights a lamp and then covers it with something so that it can illuminate. So you have the ability to cover your good deeds and not, allow your light to shine. Or like Darian is saying, no, you allow it to be seen. You allow your light to be shining for others to see. So maybe it is the allow.
That's good. And I think sometimes as a follower, like I really struggle with allowing it to shine because sometimes I don't want to look like, oh, he's cocky. Oh, he's doing this. He thinks he's so good. Sometimes like that. So sometimes it's hard to just allow it to shine.
But nah, that's low key disrespectful.
Yeah.
I know.
It's because it said no one lights a lamp then puts it under a basket.
Yeah.
So who lit you up?
Jesus.
Boom. So he lit you up, and now you're the one with the audacity to cover it back.
Yeah. And I be
That's
feeling
a good
bad
point.
too.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever looked at it like that. I mean, it is kind of disrespectful to Jesus. He has blessed you with, whether it's your ability to go pay for somebody's food or your ability to help minister to somebody. But if you thinking, like a lot of us do, like, man, I don't want people to say this about me or think I'm doing this for the wrong reason, then you're placing more value on man's opinion than what God has,
already said about
placed
you.
in your life, already said about you. Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is good.
Yeah.
Could another take on let your light shine be let your deeds speak for themselves?
Yeah.
I definitely do that part. When I'm going through the random acts, I try not to be overly preachy, or when I do something nice for somebody, I was like, God told me to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, I just do it.
Yeah.
And believe that he'll take care of the rest.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, kind of shows your faith, honestly, without you having to do too much. Because I feel like it should be like that. We don't want to scare people off.
Yeah, I mean, and I think when we try to now bring human intervention, it takes away from God's ability to move in that person's life. I mean, it genuinely might be just me handing somebody a card that says, God's got it. I don't have to sit there and now try and, I know you're going through, or let me tell you my story. Because then, it's human intervention. God might not have told me to say that. And I think sometimes we lie about what God has told us to do, say, think, whatever. And it destroys that witness. It has killed that moment. So just do that act and, like Darian was saying, let God do the work. I mean, he didn't orchestrate the situation. He knows how to pull everything together so that person knows that this was a sign from God.
Yeah, and there are times where I'm doing something nice for someone, and like every part of me is like, you need to speak something into them. You need to give them a word. But I just can't. I'm just like, it just don't feel right at this moment. Like if I do it, I'm going to cringe.
Yeah, in those moments, my words don't even come together. Like I don't even know what I would say to them.
Right.
So that's when I know I need to just go on mind my business.
God already speaking.
Yep. Go on mind my business. Here's what I had for you. Thank you. Bye. So I am interested to know, because Sam kind of brought up a conversation, and even with what Kwamina said, that kind of sparked another thought. People a lot of times will get on you on social media. Like if you post about doing something good, they'll be like, you just doing that so that the world can see or so that others can see and all this kind of stuff. And that genuinely may not be your intent. But what are y'all's thoughts on, that controversy,
I think in my earlier years of, being a follower, I used to be one of them people that judged. I was like, man, they just trying to, you know what I'm saying? They just want people to see them, or they just want to do that. And now that I'm in a position where I'm actually doing good things, and it's like, it's reversed now. I'm like, dang, because I was one of them people who was thinking. So now I'm thinking, are they thinking what I was thinking? Yeah. So it's a, what does Darian say? It's a lot of layers there. It's a lot of layers for real. Like.
So when you do good, because of that, do you share sometimes when you do good, or do you always keep it to yourself?
I don't always keep it to myself. Sometimes I share.
In these random acts of kindness, it is a full month where I'm sharing everything.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And bro, I'm going to share it. I don't care what you got to say.
Yeah.
You can take it however you want to take it and deal with your own version of judgment of me or who I am. But then obviously at that moment, it wasn't for you. It's for the other person who saw it and was like, dang, I'm going to go donate some clothes because I ain't done nothing. He did 17 things this week. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, I even think about it. I don't know why we always going back to the gym in here, but there's people on Instagram who work out, or girls who do the little squats, and you're like, why you squatting?
Why the squats gotta be little?
Because they got the little shorts. It's the little shorts
offended.
with the little squats.
Oh, that's not.
That's what I'm. And so why are you doing that? You trying to get a few more likes and some more attention, where other people are trying to go and say, hey, this is the process. You can do it too. Yeah. And so there's different versions of it, and you gotta just cipher through which one is which. Yeah. But something I will say I don't always do is I'll tell you, oh, I'm going here to give this and maybe show some of the things, but I'm not, hey, tell me about how you were.
Now that's
because
cringy.
I think that's a little over the top.
Thank you, Darian, for being that way, because I fall into like being modest, and I'll do stuff to the point I'll forget it, because I'm like, if I say anything about it, it's boasting or bragging, when that's not the case. And like you say, the people who are working out, they're definitely kind of in a way advertising it. But yet when it comes to the kingdom of God, maybe I'm under the false pretense of being modest.
So in those times where I was starting off in my walk and I was the person that was kind of judging other people for doing something, God spoke to me one day and was like, it is not your job to figure out who's doing stuff from their heart or for likes and stuff like that. He was basically telling me, like, it's my job to praise him that someone is doing something nice for someone else. And that kind of stuck with me for the rest of my life. So
I mean, and that's a good thought, Sam, because even, when you think about the man or the woman standing on the corner, with a sign asking for donations. You know, a lot of times people say, I don't know what they're going to do with that money that I give them, so I ain't going to give it to them. And it's the same. Yeah, it's the same thing. My mom has always said to me, you do your part that God has asked you to do, and know that he going to take care of it. So if they choose to do something crazy with it, that ain't on you. You do what was asked of you. And it might be a situation where they really do need it. And now you've helped be a blessing in their life. So I think it definitely comes down to, you know, making sure your intentions are pure and you're doing what God has asked you to do. And then just at that point, hands off. I did what I was told to do, what God asked me to do, what I felt led to do. It's out of my hands now.
Yeah, and last week, talking with my parent-in-laws and my parents, we were talking about the kingdom and how there's intimacy and communication in the kingdom. So especially with like non-believers figuring out what they need and stuff like that. So we're talking about sometimes you may feel like you don't want to give them money because, I mean, we don't know what they're going to do with that money. That's true. We hope they do what they need. We hope they get what they need. So I think sometimes when being intent with doing acts of kindness, sometimes it's okay to ask some people, like, what do you need? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't just want to, sometimes I feel like I just throw money at people and I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah. So sometimes just asking like, what do you need? And they be like, I need some money. Be like, all right, bet. What do you need? I'm hungry. I'm like, all right, I can get you some food. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So to that, a little story. I was out one night. I was driving for hours, finally got back to the city. I was like, but I need something to eat before I go home. Drove, went and got some food. And as I'm coming out, here comes some dude next to the car like, hey, yo. And I was like, what's up? And
what's up?
And so I knew he wanted something. And so he starts talking to me, and it kind of gets to the point where I usually don't carry cash. So I'm like, I can go back inside and get you some food. And he was like, bro, I don't need no food. He was like, people will feed you all day. He was like, I don't have nowhere to lay my head tonight. And I'm like, well, I got 10 to like get some food. I don't got $150 for a hotel room. So like, what do I do? And I really just actually had like a full conversation. And while some of the things he was saying were kind of preaching, he was saying a lot, he made a point of, you can give me that same $10 and allow me to try to achieve what I feel like I really need for myself. And I was like, dang, that is like, as much as I was like, let me go. And then he was like, bro, you could cash at me. And then, but some people also judge that it wasn't like he was out on his I don't have enough to eat. He was somebody whose issue was, I don't have a place to stay. Right. Simple as that. People who don't have a place to stay still might have a phone, might have cash, might have a bank account. So I was like, all right, here you go. And I cashed out them 10.
Hey, 10 is good.
It was what I can do. It was what I can do. And I was like, I really hope he was able to achieve what he was going after, and that my little bit, right, if 15 of us did that, he would be okay.
Darian, to caveat on that, I was coming out of the grocery store one day and I gave a guy who appeared to be homeless some money and he got offended. And once I got to talking with him, he was like, his problem was that he needed a place to stay. He was in the Econo Lodge, a street over from the grocery store. And he was like, hey, can you just go and vouch for me or vouch for my character? And I went there and I was like, I don't know this man, but in our brief conversation, he's telling me this is his situation, and he's asking, can you all give him a second chance? Yeah.
Oh, it was like a job?
No, he needed a place to stay, but they had kicked him out.
Oh, the economic.
And so now he was hanging at the grocery store, and I'm thinking he was homeless. I'm like, here you go, some money. And he was like, no, I don't need any money. I need to try to get back at the Econo Lodge.
Conversations, like you said, conversations help.
Communication. I might as well tell a story now.
Oh, it's story
Mine
time.
is a little more dangerous. Like, this how I know it had to be God. Like, just off the rip. So I'm in Petersburg, Virginia, which is kind of a terrible city to live in. And I'm at this gas station. It wasn't a gas station. It was like a mini mart, basically.
Corner store.
Yeah.
Before we continue, I would just want to shout out Petersburg. I mean, he meant terrible as in rough and tumble, but you know,
I lived there for 4 years.
Strong and fortitude. That's what he meant. In case our Petersburg audience.
My bad. There's nothing wrong with Petersburg. Lived there for 4 years. Had the time of my life. But there's some parts of Petersburg that, hey, you just don't want to be there at night. So I'm there at night.
You were there.
I was there at night because I was hungry. So yeah, I went to this store and it was this man just, you know, walking around like soliciting basically. And I just was like, hey, how you doing? I ain't gonna lie, I was a little intimidated. So I'm like, hey, just let me talk to this guy real quick just to clear my name or something like that. But yeah, he was just telling me how he was like just trying to get out of there, but into a certain place, but he didn't have like no way to get there. So I was like, I could take you. So ended up taking him here, taking him there, then finally dropping him off somewhere and I didn't even know where I was. And it turns out like, as I'm dropping him off, like I see he has a gun, like clear as day. And I was just like, oh snap, like what the heck? Like he just had a gun in my car and stuff like that. So then like he turns around and was like, man, I really appreciate you, bro, because I was really gonna rob that store if you ain't take me nowhere. And I was just like, and that's how I know it was God, because I had a strong like sense just to talk to him. And then even when he asked me for a ride, like I really wanted to give him a ride and I didn't know what it was. So I was just like, I have to do this. And to find that out, I'm just like, wow, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
I was shook.
That is crazy.
I was shook. I was like,
probably rode home.
I mean, you actually saved his life.
Yeah. Or somebody else's life.
Or somebody else's.
That's
and
my
somebody
story.
else's. My story well.
You could just save yours to later.
We're not going to compare stories.
Tell it anyway.
We got more time. We could talk about something else and segue back into your story.
It's okay, you know. Sam took the cake on that one.
Yeah. We all not diving in the...
That's like my second time sharing that story, so I got to share it more.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. I mean, since we're talking about, you know, acts of kindness and showing kindness to others and letting your light so shine... There, you know, I like to watch Power, book 2, following, you know, Tariq. And, you know, he's in, what class is he in?
Canonical Studies.
Canonical Studies. He's at Canonical Studies. And the last episode, I think it was this past week, or the week before, I don't know, I was talking about, you know, being selfless and selfless acts. And the question that was posed is there such thing as true selfless acts? Or is there some selfish undertone to every selfless act?
I would say for me, 95% of the time, it's not selfless. Because I know I'm gaining, and it's not, I could be gaining. Matter of fact, I guess it's 100%, because even the times when I'm upset, I'll look at what's in it for me. So the other 5% is usually like, okay, I'm upset about having to do this. Like, I don't really want to do this. I'm doing it out of obligation, but out of obligation to God or the mission I set out, I'm still gaining. So, you know, entry to the kingdom, whatever it is, but I even more selfishly, I get a lot out of doing random acts of kindness. The first year I did it, I was doing it to distract myself. I was like, you know what? Let me not focus on myself. If I focus on other people, think good things will happen. So I just kept trying to do good, Yes, I did want to help others, but also I know lifting them up pulls me up with them. So I just keep it going.
Why is this so hard to answer?
Because you don't want to sound selfish.
Are selfless, you're right. Are selfless acts actually selfish? I'm going to let you go.
Okay. Are selfless acts actually selfish? I would say it's been times where I'm giving from the heart, I'm being selfless, and then if I do it too much, I'll feel depleted and grudge-hearted, which means like if I'm feeling that way and like I wasn't being truly selfless. So can a person give and it be selfless? I want to say yes, you can. And at times you are giving where they're like, hey, if I pay my tithes, I know God is going to keep me. but it's kind of like that. It's like a gain or something for yourself.
Right. I'm gonna compare this to God, giving up his son. That was selfless. But it was also a part of his purpose. So
you're saying God had a little selfish intent?
I'm not saying it's not selfish because it's him.
Ooh.
So he gets
the benefit of the doubt.
No, I think what I'm hearing Sam say is that there's a difference between selfishness and purposefulness.
Yeah.
And so you're doing what you're supposed to do, what you were meant to do.
What has to happen.
Right. So you're not really, that's still not necessarily in your best interest.
Right. So I will say, go ahead. I'll let you go real quick. I'm not gonna forget.
Well, I was gonna say I think it still was in God's, best interest, because this is where he wanted, the purpose, the destiny to be. But where I was thinking you were gonna go is, but it still had a benefit for the greater good. So then is that considered just selfish, or is that still considered kind of a selfless act? That it does benefit me to be able to see, the manifestation of what I think the world should be, and, him coming to save the world and all that good stuff. But in him doing that, it's benefiting all the people that I'm looking down on earth.
Yeah, so I think selfless and selfish, they both have to deal with self. And I would just say it's just selfless is just less of yourself. You're still in it. Like, you're still going to somehow benefit yourself, because when I give to people, I get joy in return, or I get peace in return, knowing that that person is fine, or knowing that I can help that person. But I still get something. So it's kind of hard to give and not get
a benefit.
Yeah,
some kind of
you always
benefit.
gonna get something if you give somebody something.
Even if it's just a good, man, that felt good.
But Sam, how you put it, what about Christ himself when he was enduring that? Like enduring his beard hairs getting snatched and getting spit on, and then the actual murder itself. Like, he had to die on the cross.
Yeah.
Like, that is as selfless as one can get.
That's as selfless as one can get. But he still had to do it for, the purpose it was intended for, which still had kind of benefited himself.
Did he have to do it?
Because he's God. Did he have to do it?
Did he have to do it? Because he could have been like, Father, I know this was your mission for me, but I didn't had it, and stepped into his divinity and used his power. Killed those people.
Did he have to do it? First of all, I'm so glad he did.
Yes,
Let's just put that out there.
Yes.
But did he have to do
Father,
it?
I thank you.
Did he
Unless
have
he
to
wanted
do it?
to, bro, I ain't, same thing. That's him stepping out against what God asked him to do.
Yeah.
So then
You're
at
right,
that
though.
point,
But how selfless was that?
it's selfless, but he's got it, because at the next point, what does the world look like? What does even Jesus' journey look like when he's like, oh, Jesus was rocking with God until God asked him to
get killed.
So,
and then he was like, no, I'm going to go do my own thing.
Yeah, nah.
So it would have been
now
selfish.
It's a whole different,
it would have been
even know where
selfish
we-
if he didn't do it.
It would have been selfish.
What I do appreciate, though, even about that story, is Jesus did have a little selfish moment when, he wrestled with, hey, excuse me, God, is there any other way we can do this?
Take this cup from me.
That's
Three
a selfish
times.
moment. So it allows me to feel, I don't know if the word is better, but maybe not as bad. For when I do have a selfish moment, like, dang, God, I just got this $100 and you asked me to give somebody 25, 30, 50 of it. Like,
Or 100 of it.
I had, or 100. I was,
100.
I
You're
didn't
trying
want
to
to
stay
talk
away
about
from
that. So, it makes me feel better that, okay, well, I ain't crazy for having that, or I'm not, it is selfish, but I'm not alone in that feeling.
So it's like, we know that if we give, like, we're going to reap the harvest, not from where we gave it to, but from somewhere else. So I think also that's a selfish, kind of a selfish part of it too, because we know we're going to reap the harvest, just not from that person.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Do y'all think there is always a harvest from doing good to others, doing your good deeds?
That's good, Kim, because I got caught up in that tit for tat. And that's not really realistic. Some things you're going to do and you may not receive a reward for. You're just supposed to do them.
And I think that sometimes you got to plant 1,000 seeds to get one little piece of fruit. Or it's not equal or equivalent, or it could be almost like, you remember them games at the arcade where you got to put the coins in and the little thing, push the coins and you try to get the coins to fall over.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate that game.
So you could put as many little coins in and they push and you be like, it didn't go over. And you keep thinking the more coins you put in, then finally they all gonna fall over and you're gonna get them all. But when you're doing that, you might be the one that has to build it up and you don't really get anything out of that. Or you could just walk up, put one in and then ting, 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 ting. And so you just never really know when it's gonna be your time. But what you can know for a fact is that if you don't put no coins in,
You can't play.
You gonna get nothing.
100%.
That part.
That was a good analogy.
That was good.
You're
I
welcome.
really hate that game though.
That game is super trash. I do not ever partake in that game. I try to get my tickets and tokens somewhere else.
But as far as planting these seeds, I will say that because I want to start touching on the ripple effect and how that actually works. There are times where I have seen someone on the street or just in the store or something like that, outside of the store, and I wanted to give to them, and like I had the intent to give to them, but it's like as soon as I had the thought, somebody gave to them, and I was like, dang, well, should I give to them or something like that? But I think even the thought of me thinking about it, because I'm a follower of Christ and things of that nature, I think our thoughts are powerful. So if we think about giving to somebody, or if we give to somebody, people who don't usually give are probably going to give, because we set the example. Like you said, we're the light of the world. Like, people see us, they see what we do, and they act upon that sometimes.
I think a good example of what I would consider the ripple effect to be is, I don't know if y'all remember Watch Night 2018 or 19, and the very last ticket was to pay somebody's mortgage, and then the lady came up, and I think it was like a certain dollar amount, so I don't know if it was like a $3,000 thing. So if your mortgage was $1,000, you get your mortgage paid for 3 months or however. And when she came up, she told her story, and she really needed this money and all that kind of stuff. And the church's desire to bless somebody spiraled or rippled into this huge, where people were like, I'll do a month, you get a month,
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
it ended up being like
too.
18 months or so of her mortgage being paid. I mean, so to me, that is like the greatest example that I'm not going to say that I've ever seen, but that comes back to my memory most easily of the original scripture of letting your light so shine so that men may see. And then they want to do good because that's literally what happened. But then to your point, Sam, that is ripple effect. Like, somebody saw it and they were like, again, I mean, it could have been selfish intent. Well, I'm trying to get a piece of that too. Or it could have been selfless with a little selfish intent, but it truly inspired others to want to do good. And that was just an instant ripple effect.
Do y'all remember Drake's music video, God's Plan?
Yes.
How do you, I see your face. I just want to ask, like, how do y'all feel about that? Because for people who haven't seen it, I don't know if I can insert it. I don't want to get us kicked off the air, but
Enlighten me.
basically, all he did for the whole music video was just document himself going around and giving people stuff, money. He gave something to the University of Miami.
I think he gave like some girl scholarship.
Yeah,
that went
scholarship.
There,
Ooh,
paid
I
for
need
some
to watch this
groceries.
video.
Yeah, it was just giving people stuff. So even if that wasn't like selfless, that video made me want to give. Like, I was like, oh, I need to give more.
And even to that and to what Kim was talking about, sometimes you have like in your mind like, dang, I want to pay this person's mortgage forever. And you're like, bro, I can't do that.
Right.
I can't.
Yet.
I can't pay their whole house off. I can't do that. So then sometimes people get down like, well, I can't do nothing. But then if you save up and do that 1 month, there is a chance where somebody's like, dang, little homie, he's 17 and saved up all his money working at Foot Locker to pay this lady's mortgage. And then now they're like, you know what? My company has 10,000. We're going to invest. And now she's got the rest of the, and that's where the ripple, or even when it's not instant, sometimes, like you were saying, that story about you driving a guy somewhere, it could be years later where now he's back on his grind. He's like, dang, I almost did that, but now I can speak to this person and help them out. And the ripple is wild. It goes anywhere and everywhere.
But here's a follow-up to that story. So it's 2021 now. So it's been 2-ish, 3 years. I can't remember when it originally happened. And the lady that got blessed comes up, or she emails my dad, the bishop, and, talks about, thank y'all, for what you did. I finished school, which what she had said in the beginning is what she had been trying to do. And so then, of course, for new partners of the ministry, they were like, what are we even talking about? And so he goes through the story and is telling the story. And a partner, right now, we're out of church, emails me and is like, I'm a nurse. She's a nurse. I knew what it was like. I can't remember. She said I knew what it was like to be a single mom trying to be in school and all this other kind of stuff. And she said I felt led to pay a month of her mortgage. It's 3 years later, and the ripple effect is still happening. Just again, somebody even sharing a story of something that happened.
That's good. Shout out to Brittany. Her name's Brittany.
Yeah. Oh, I won't try to put her out there.
Oh, my bad. I'm not saying her last name.
I mean, you can
Shout out to you, Brittany. I got to meet her and talk to her and interview her about that.
Okay,
So yeah, that was pretty cool. But I want to go back to Darian's point, talking about I want to pay somebody's mortgage, but I really don't have the money to do that. Sometimes you gotta realize, like, if you ain't got it, I mean, what are you gonna give? Because I think that goes to the scripture, love your greatest commandment, one of the greatest commandments, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So how are you going to give all of your money to somebody and then you have nothing left for yourself? So also want to segue into Dr. Elder Valerie K. Brown, Dr. Elder. But yeah, she has a book called The Miseducation of a Christian, and that's one of the first books I read when I started going here. And it was talking about, it was a great book. And she was talking about offering and how offering doesn't always have to be, to the church. Like, you should set aside money to literally give. Like, it was 10%, 10% tithe, 10% offering, and then the rest for your whatever. But yeah, how you could set aside 10% for offering to bless people. So I guess think about that. Like, if you know you want to bless people and there's people out here who need help, set aside that 10% so you can actually do that and be comfortable doing that.
You don't even have to set aside 10% of your money. You could set aside 10% of your time. To where there could be, if we go back to a single mom example, she might have the answer to how to get what she wants to get. But the kids is yelling and she got to cook dinner, but that's your homie. So you could go over there, watch the kid for 2 hours while she can go write this proposal to go get the grant that she wants to get and let her achieve it on her own. And not just hand somebody something, but invest your time in the places that can help someone out. Invest your skills. You might be able to carry something to another place. It always doesn't have to be monetary investment in the other people.
Right. No, that's good. That's a good point. Because, I mean, it kind of goes back to how Sam started it. We always just want to throw money because that's the easiest. Most times it's the easiest thing to do, and we think we've done our part. Mm-hmm. But are you really helping? The single mama might not need any money. She need time to herself. So if we just throw her money, now granted, she takes the money, she can hire a babysitter or something. So the bottom line is it doesn't have to be monetary to still be an an act of kindness.
Because there's still ripple effects. Even if you just tell her, hey, you are a great mom and you're capable, that might be the energy she needs to put the baby down, stay up an extra 30 minutes and still get that same job done, whatever it is. Yeah. But you can invest so many other things besides money. And money's low key the most here, get away from me one.
Yeah, sometimes it is. So one ripple effect I've seen recently was last winter. That's not recent.
It's okay.
But
It feels like it was
in the context of the universe, it's recent.
In the context of COVID.
So it was this guy. It was like, it had to be like 30 degrees outside. I'm just getting off the interstate. And I got this old coat that I have not worn. And so I ended up giving him that coat. He was like very grateful, put it on. But literally, I turned my head to the light, and it's this man coming over with like coffee, hot chocolate, like food, and just giving him. And he looked at me and was like, thank you. And I was just like, what? Like, this is crazy. And then another person got out their car to come give him some money. That was the biggest ripple effect I've ever seen in my life. And I was just like, yo, when children of God give, yo.
That don't even sound like a ripple. That sounded like a wave.
That was a wave. I was just like, so if I didn't give, if I didn't give him his coat, would they have given him anything? Like,
I think so.
You think so too?
Because he had to have already been to the store to get the hot chocolate to be able to hand to the guy then.
You're right. Or he could have already just had it.
Okay, so he was about to drink it. Hold on, no. So, but there's a good point of, we talked about early letting your light shine and are you being selfish? Go ahead and don't give. God will find somebody else to do it.
Yes, he will.
You're right.
He'll find somebody else to put in the game.
You are definitely right.
So you did your part, and he gonna bless you with the good feeling of knowing that you were part of his plan. But if you don't want to be part of it,
that almost makes you like not want to miss a moment. Like, wait,
that's what I was gonna say.
What do you mean?
That's what I was gonna say.
No,
that's real.
I want to be used.
Darian, I know, like in the book of Esther, Mordecai tells Esther, if you don't stand up for us, don't worry, God will avenge us. But for you may perish. And so I was feeling you when you was like, don't give when God is prompting you to give.
Dang, that's good though.
That is. He gonna always listen. What God want to get done is gonna get done.
Oh,
yes, ma'am.
You ain't the only one he can use. All right, so like Darian said earlier, he's been doing the Random Acts of Kindness Challenge, headed by Dr. Keisha. So we're gonna throw to a couple of those just to see, what's going on. Hopefully, it inspires you to give.
It's Random Acts of Kindness Day 5. Let's get it. Oh, and if y'all thought it was a solo mission today, y'all were mistaken. Got some special guests in the house. What's up? Today's task, leave $1 on some items at the Dollar Tree and bless somebody. Notes on that. Okay, some fresh DO for the people. Caught in the act. Bro, that's all good. Any way is the way. People need bread. For the beverage. Necessity. You need it. Black Santa for the win. Bow. Yeah. 2 for $1? 2 for $1. Random Acts of Kindness, Day 6. Let's get it. All right, it's late at night because I kind of didn't want to do this one, and I'm going to do it anyway. The choices were to pay for somebody's parking, add a few coins to it, or pay for somebody's gas. Parking's mad free out here right now, so I got to do the gas route, but I don't think I could do a whole tank. I'm sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a little portion of it. They can get an extra gallon on me, but that's about all they're going to get today. It's still random and it's still kind. $5 that they ain't have to spend. Okay, so that went way different than what I thought it was going to go. The person who I thought was going to get gas said he ain't need no gas. So he just yelled out in the middle of Wawa, yo, he giving away gas. The dude who I gave the money to was like, bro, why are you doing this? You know, it was another chance just to spread some joy and, you know, show some love the way the big dog upstairs would. That one was, I know we talked about other ways, and there's other ones where, you know, you can just call somebody, call a family member, call a friend, call someone elderly, and those are free of cost. But this one, it can show you how just $1 might even help. And the most powerful part of this one was the notes. So a friend of mine that I played basketball with back in school, him and his daughter were in town for a track meet, so we were waiting on to go to brunch, and we go pull up and decide to do the random acts of kindness together. And one, he's like, already the ripple is, oh, I'm bringing this back to Florida. We got to keep this thing rolling. That's one. But number two, as we left the dollars and the notes in the store, somebody working there found one. And she was like, look at this. They said I matter. And didn't know that we were the ones that actually like put the stuff on there. And the way her face had lit up, I don't know what she had to do to go to work that day and to like really push through, but just an extra $1 and a nice note that Giselle wrote that said, hey, you matter, hope you enjoy, here's something on someone else. And it made her day.
That's good. I also think like giving should be fun. You look like you're having fun in these videos, man. Like you're making me want to do it.
Go have some fun.
Ripple effect.
Go have some fun, man.
It definitely can be fun. Like I remember as a kid, we used to partner with this. I think it was a school. I don't know, but it was like a way. So you would leave your family and go live at this school. And my dad, this was back when we were like at 860, the first church, and we would go shopping and buy them like PlayStations and games and all this kind of stuff, so that they would have it in their common areas, and you know, getting to go see the kids. So first of all, going shopping, because if you know me, whether it's shopping for me or shopping for somebody else, as long as I'm spending money, it makes me feel good. So, you know, that was fun to pick out toys and stuff. But then being able to see, you know, the kids, it brings you appreciation because, you know, this is something that kids these days, they expect. When the PS5 first came out, the expectation is, I'm going to have this PS5. But then when you see kids that, it's like a dream, you know, they're going to expect to get the PS5, or back then, I guess, a PlayStation 2 or 1 or whatever. But, you know, to get it and to see their appreciation, it puts more life into perspective more for you, because it's like, wow, maybe I should be a little more grateful for my situation. So it's Sunday, Darian.
Yes. So for today's Random Acts of Kindness, this is day 12. And your options are donate to your local food bank or shelter. So that could be things you've already got in your house, some canned goods that you like, bro, I don't even eat baked beans like that. Go ahead and give them to somebody who does and who might enjoy that, can make a little meal for themselves. Right. Or like Sam was talking about with the coat, go ahead and give one to the shelter. You've got so many places, Salvation Armies, the church, there's so many people. You can even walk in the stores now. Even when I walked into Burlington, they have a spot where they'll donate your stuff for you as you try to get something new. So that is today's task, is donate to the local food bank or shelter. Or if you're not ready for the day and you want to get on your, Dr. Kim, you want to go shopping a little bit, go ahead and do that. Buy some toys, because you can go to the Angel Tree at the Mount Portsmouth from 5 to 7 on Wednesday and donate there. So you can go today, get you some nice little things for the kiddos, and then donate that on Wednesday at the Mount Portsmouth.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Mm-hmm. Are we going to do it, y'all?
Are we going to do the act of kindness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing acts of kindness, yeah.
All right. Are we going to do this one?
We can.
I'm doing
and then next episode, of course. And the next episode, are we going to talk about it?
I actually just donated yesterday.
Listen, there's a new task you got to
donate. So you donated
again.
on Saturday? So Saturday.
No, the real yesterday.
It's Sunday.
All right. So we hope that the conversation today has inspired you in some way to do something good for the people around you, the community around you, something that'll make you feel good at heart. There's that selfish intent, but something that may even change somebody's life, giving them a ride home. and literally saved their lives or someone else's. So as we enter into this holiday season, the Christmas season, the most wonderful time of the year, make sure you're spreading some of that Christmas cheer the Jesus way and do how Jesus would do and change lives. But it's time. Y'all know me. I'm a gamer.
Yeah.
And I learned this new game. And so it's called What's Your Wage? And so the way this game works is I'm going to call on two of you. And one of you I'll give you a category such as sports equipment. And I'll say you have 30 seconds. How many pieces of sports equipment can you name in that 30 seconds? So let's say I called on Sam to do this and Sam says, I can name 10. And he's challenging Kwamina. Kwamina might say, nah, I can do 15. So now it's back on Sam. Sam has to either say, well, I can do 16 or more, or he tells Kwamina to prove it. And then Kwamina, you would have to prove it. And if you can do it successfully, you're the winner. If not, your opponent is the winner.
You're the loser.
You're the loser. Yes, you're the loser.
None of us are really losers, but you know.
No, there are real losers, guys.
The losers are the true winners.
When it comes to games, at least. All right, so do y'all understand the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Understood. I
All right.
understand the assignment.
So I am going to put up first Kwamina.
Okay.
And Sam. All right, and the category for this first round is colors.
Okay.
Kwamina, how many colors can you name in 30 seconds?
I'm going to say 5.
5 colors. She's starting off modest, ladies and gentlemen. Sam?
10.
Sam? Oh, I was giving away her strategy. My bad.
10.
So Sam said, Kwamina, he can name 10 in 30 seconds. Can you name more, or you want Sam to prove it?
I want Sam to prove it.
I knew it.
Sam,
30 seconds.
10 colors in 30 seconds. Are you ready?
No.
No repeats. If you repeat, you're out.
That says 30 minutes. I didn't want to cheat.
Good catch. Good catch, because we were going to be sitting here all day.
I was going to leave.
All right, you ready, Sam? 10 colors,
10
30
colors
seconds.
in 30 seconds.
No
All right.
repeats. Ready,
Okay.
set, go.
Blue, green, yellow, pink, red, indigo, violet, purple, black, orange.
Boom.
Yes.
That was in 9
He
seconds.
did it in 9 seconds. So Sam would be the winner of this round.
No, I am.
He said, I am the
Sam
winner.
is
Don't-
the
Same guys
Sam
like there are no
is the winner.
losers.
Sam
And tell
is the winner.
us what I win, Darian.
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, all right, okay.
All right. The next round of this game is going to be between Sam and Darian. And the category this round is going to be NFL football teams. Sam, how many teams can you name in 30 seconds?
3.
Darian, Sam said he can name 3 in 30 seconds.
11.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh, he took a big jump. Sam, Darian says he can name
11 in
11
30 seconds.
NFL teams in 30 seconds.
12.
Ooh, Darian, what you got?
13.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
You know
have a
what?
challenge here.
You know, prove it.
Ooh, Darian, Sam said prove it. So you've got 30 seconds to name 13 NFL teams, no repeats. Ready, set, go.
Dolphins, Bucks, Panthers, Falcons, Chiefs, Eagles, football team, Cowboys, Seahawks, 49ers, Packers, Lions, Bears.
That's 13, ladies and
And
gentlemen.
Tigers. You know, when you said football team,
Yeah, everybody kind
I
of
just
looked
realized
at him.
that that's actually real.
Right, everybody kind of looked at him, but then I was like,
I was
no,
like-
he's right. That is
I
that
got
is
stuck. I was like,
Redskins,
what,
right?
what do I say? Okay.
that is correct.
Dang.
Yep.
I thought you were
You got
buying
it.
time, which is a wonderful strategy.
Football
Like,
team.
I was about 14 at the end.
That took you about 17 or 18 seconds.
Okay,
So
okay.
not bad. Does anybody want to,
Challenge you? All right, this round is between Dr. Kimberly and Kwamina.
Okay.
In the category. Glory. The category is makeup brands.
Oh gosh.
Is that too?
No.
No,
Is
go
that too
ahead.
hard?
You gotta,
Go ahead.
let them just
So,
fight that out. That should have been
Kwamina,
hard.
how many do you think you can
Right.
name in 30 seconds?
I'm gonna say 3.
3. I only know 3. How many can you name in 30 seconds?
5.
5.
I'm gonna have to challenge Kim to prove it.
So 5 makeup brands.
In 30 seconds.
Okay.
Go.
Fenty, Maybelline, L'Oreal, Clairol, and Anastasia Beverly Hills.
You got it.
Good. 12 seconds.
Yay.
It's me and Sam against y'all two. You and
Mm-hmm.
Kwamina.
Okay.
All right.
What's a good category?
Since I know this is your favorite time of year, Christmas songs.
Christmas songs.
All right.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
I like it. So, Sam and Darian, how many Christmas songs can y'all name in 30 seconds?
I got 3 in a possible.
3 in a possible. We playing spades. I have about 3.
We say 6.
6 Christmas songs in 30 seconds. Kwamina,
I have a solid 3.
3?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say we got to go at least 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Do y'all want to
Yeah,
challenge
don't mess
us?
around and get set.
Bro, we can
Get
listen.
set.
We can definitely go 9, dog.
All right, we going 9.
9, okay. I think we can do 10.
Okay.
11.
You didn't even consult
No,
your
11.
partner.
my bad.
11.
I felt it.
11.
Kwamina.
I'm still at my 3.
Oh, no. I thought you were
She
going to
got
get
more
some
than
more.
that. She got more than that.
Let's see. I don't know. I got your back, though.
So y'all going 12?
Because y'all are at 11?
Or do we want them to prove themselves?
No, not yet. I want to go 12.
All right, prove it.
She just
Kim,
got your
I'll
shot.
give you, Dr. Kim, I'll give you time to think while I'll shoot out my 3.
All right. So we got to do 12, right?
Y'all have to do
You
12.
have to do 12.
Let's go.
Y'all ready?
Yep.
Wait, so y'all doing them at the same time or?
Yeah, well, I mean, however they come out of our mouth.
Come
Okay.
on now. Yes.
We'll get to,
Yeah,
we'll
just
get
keep
to
counting.
12. Yeah.
All right, bet. Go.
Wait, you did go. You,
My bad.
You hit the button and then said go.
All right,
Give her a ready, set.
ready, set, go.
All I Want for Christmas, this Christmas, Frosty the Snowman, Up on a Housetop, click, 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 Jingle Bells. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
I saw Mother Kissing Santa Claus, Michael Jackson.
Santa Baby, Silver Bells. Come on, we need
Y'all need 3 more.
The Temptations, Night Before Christmas.
Night Before Christmas, Silent Night, and
11.
Time. Y'all got 11 on the head. Thank God we didn't
I'll take that
do
loss.
challenge. That just goes to
We
show,
would've got
man.
12 too.
That just goes to show.
No, y'all wouldn't. No, y'all wouldn't have. No,
Yeah,
no.
I promise you we would have got. We probably would have got 15.
You guys can't have confidence after the
I
fact.
did not know any
Y'all ain't
B2K,
use no
but
Luther
I have a
Vandross Christmas
playlist
songs.
that
Y'all
I was
didn't-
trying to, in my mind, go. I could have ran the whole Jackson 5 album.
Should have.
No one said the Christmas song. That's a Christmas song.
What
We can
about-
come up with all the
Y'all ain't
songs
even
now.
do Noel.
Because there's no pressure.
Noel is a
Drummer
staple.
boy, little drummer boy.
Y'all want me to sing y'all a little?
No, we don't. It is time. It has been
please.
great.
Yeah.
That we
I don't want
have
that.
got to spend this
Catch me
time
on my
with y'all.
Instagram. I'll sing for y'all.
Yeah, catch her on Instagram. We're gonna put her Instagram right here, if that's okay with her. So yeah, follow her. Follow all of us. Oh, y'all got Instagram?
Yeah, that's where
follow
you
us
can
on
follow
Instagram.
these random Mexicans at
Yeah.
always free.
We're gonna put our Instagrams
That
right
is
here.
your
so-
Instagram. I was like, it's
I
free.
teach
What do you mean?
etiquette.
How much? Like,
But yeah, we enjoyed you guys for enjoying us. That didn't make no sense. Hold on. We thank you guys for.
It did make sense in a
We
selfish
enjoy
way.
you guys. But oh, here we go again. Thank you guys for joining and tuning in and, just listening to the conversation. as always, Sunday ain't enough. So make sure you do something throughout the week that reflect God's love and that just grows you spiritually. And tune in with us next time for our very, very dope episode that Dr. Kimberly is really excited about. All right. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.